Hey everybody, welcome back to World of Warcraft and my continuing run of showing you guys stuff from order halls from certain classes that I did not do before, including specific quests to get certain artifact weapons. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Rogue order hall and doing the quest to obtain the artifact weapon for the Outlaw Rogue spec, though obviously it used to be most commonly referred to and known as the Combat Rogue spec, but then around the time Legion came out, it was renamed to Outlaw, and that was partly to kind of go with the, I guess, the quest that was involved since, well, it's going to involve some pirates. Also, the Rogue Order Hall, I'm actually going to be talking about when we get there in terms of how it is, but it actually, the story of the campaign actually is kind of relevant, especially in regards to what happened at the Broken Shore that started the expansion. Because it turns out, we were going on false intel, and the Rogue Order Hall finds out why. And I'll be, when we get there, I'll kind of elaborate onto who exactly I'm referring to. So let's get underway here. So this is my, my Worgen Rogue. I was wanting to have a Rogue on the Alliance to get access to the Black Market auction house, since Rogues have a much easier time just accessing it by going straight to their order hall, as opposed to any character having to sneak under to the underbelly to, get flagged for PvP and checking it out. Rogues can go there without any issue at all. And I thought the idea of a Rogue or Worgen Rogue was kind of cool, especially when they redid the female Worgens, and I think she looks great. This is the heroic set from the Firelands. There's the normal one is black, but I liked this purple tint, and plus I thought it also, when I saw the weapons, I think the swords match up pretty well. So, also the artifact weapon that we'll be getting for Outlaw is actually pretty cool looking, and actually, back when this was current content, had a pretty cool ability. From what I understand, back in Legion, Outlaw Rogue was pretty good. It was pretty strong. It was like a lot of really strong burst damage. So, let's, of course, turn this in. Get my Dalaran Hearthstone, and then we shall hang for a moment here. Of course, another big reason why many people have always loved the combat spec and, instead of the other two was because they liked being able to wield swords instead of daggers. Now, it's also worth noting that Outlaw Rogues can wield one-handed maces and axes as well, but the idea was that they want to wield something other than just daggers, which is usually the case with assassination and subtlety. A moment, please. I bear an urgent message for you. A Ravenholt courier?
Can I help you?
My masters gave me strict instructions to deliver this letter to you as quickly as possible. Its contents are for you and you alone. Good luck.
Be careful.
This is for your eyes only. Once you have read it, destroy it. Farewell. And then, of course, she disappears.
Your presence is requested in the Hall of Shadows at once. Enter the glorious goods storefront and utter "The Raven calls" to Red. He will show you the way. Come alone and ensure you are not followed. The eyes of the Uncrowned are upon you.
This is one of the reasons why I like this set on a Worgen, because it doesn't require hiding or covering up the snout. It lets her be able to have her snout just out and about, compared to some of the other sets, which I do love for a Rogue, but this one I thought was really appropriate for a Worgen because of how it doesn't hide the snout. That's just my own little reasoning, because anyone who's ever tried to transmog a Tauren or a Worgen can understand the issues that comes up with. So, Lord Ravenholt. Ravenholt, let's go ahead and take a look over here, has a, let's see, here in the hinterlands, the foothills, trying to remember where exactly it is. Like, I know it's like somewhere around this area. Like, I even have my add-on to really try and help out with that. Alright, I can't find it at the moment. Anyways, Ravenholt is, was essentially the leader of a group of rogues that you also met back in the day, including Cataclysm. In fact, it was his manor, the Ravenholt Manor, where you could go and find the Order of the Rogues there to get certain things involving, for rogues to get. You could do this back in vanilla. This is where you could go and be able to get things like certain powders and poisons and such. In fact, there's even a extra item you can get that lets you teleport straight there. Also, that is where rogues went and found our good old buddy Rathian, and found him literally hatching from his egg. This was part of the questline to obtain the legendary daggers that were rogue only. And now he wasn't there, Ravenholt, but it was in his manor. So now here, he is now directly contacting you personally.
Hey there.
The Raven calls.
Have a good one.
And we will answer from the shadows. A passageway. The Hall of Shadows. Now, I'll talk about this in just a second. Only a fool walks into the Hall of Shadows unaware. Prepare to... Oh, Papaneeks, I didn't realize it was you. My apologies. The Uncrowned await your arrival. Now, I know this is going to sound kind of unpopular, because I know a lot of people have had issue with this Order Hall. But personally, I like it. It's similar to what I was saying about the Warlock Order Hall. To me, this is very rogue. This is hidden away, underground. It's a secret location that only rogues would know about. It's behind a secret doorway. You have to know a secret password to get in. It's heavily guarded. And there's a lot of various different things here going on. And a lot of various different types of rogues that are here. There's going to be a number of named rogues from throughout WoW's history that we are going to encounter here. And there's various different types of rogues that we can encounter here as well. The Hand of Chaos. And there's a number, of course, of different, merchants such that sell various different types of things, because, of course, rogues have been known to need to collect certain things. By the way, keep her in mind. We'll be seeing her later when we go back to our mage. And, of course, this is what I was talking about. Here is Madame Gosu, the liaison for the black market auction house. You can just walk straight in here and be like, all right, let me see what's on the black market. It's such a convenience as a player to be able to do that as, having a rogue that can do that. I mean, just look at, all these different things that rogues would have stashed away and be able to work on supply-wise.
What you looking for?
Now this is even a unique thing involving a lamp. I'm going to pick that up. I have that on my other one, and I have no idea how long it's going to take me to actually complete that. But there's so many different types of rogues here, that specialize in certain things. There are some that specialize only in high combat. There are some that specialize in poisons. Some that specialize in sneaking techniques and such. There's just so many different things that emphasize the aspect of the class. Yeah, here is Kelsey Steelspark. You probably recognize her from the past, and also if you've recently done some of the BFA contents, and she was actually someone that was a follower for you. And that's the Uncrowned armor that you can be able to unlock if you do the Class Order Hall stuff. A number of trainers here that you have seen. Look at all these rogue trainers that have been here. Of course, the extra one that has been added is Wreckful in Stormwind. Here's Lauren the Fence, the one from the Worgen starting zone. You remember her? I showed it on camera. There's, of course, people from the Royal Apothecary here, because, of course, because of the amount of poisons that are used. There's there's all these different rogue trainers here from WoW's history. There, of course, is another aspect to this, and I'll show it off later. But there's just... This, to me, just really helps play up the whole fantasy of the rogue. I'm going to hold off. Though, again, as I point out in some of the other previous videos, look at how many players are here. How many rogue players are here. I'm sorry, but I'm just loving seeing this many players during the pre-patch taking advantage of this by leveling alts, in Legion, and getting to do the class order hall stuff that they perhaps never got to do before. Let me go ahead and highlight this. Find the Uncrowned. Now, hold on. I want this to close. Master of Cheese, allying Trias, of course, reference. Cheese reference. A Blight Spreader, Bloodsail Corsairs, SI7 Operatives. There's just all these, different aspects to the rogues from the WoW's history that is here. That is just awesome. A suspicious looking... Oh my. Well, hello there.
Ah, there's our final member. Welcome to the crew.
Don't worry. They're friendlier than they look.
I'm
Hey,
pleased
Taoshi.
you chose to heed our call. We've discussed inviting you into our ranks for some time.
This is the Council of the Uncrowned. I think one of the best ways to try and describe what the Council of the Uncrowned is that this is a group that is not loyal to a flag. They work in the best interests of what they think is the best way to go about things, and basically bypass a number of issues like, say, red tape, for example. Another way to, I guess, describe this was they could be like the Illuminati of Warcraft. Like, doing things behind the scenes, in the shadows, manipulating things, in order to help make something go a certain direction. In this particular case... Valera glances in your direction. Vanessa gives you a final look and then walks off. Yeah, so they basically are taking the direction of the Legion is here, so we're going to make sure that things happen in order to help give us an advantage. They are now going to be taking the course of something is going on, and we're going to do what we can behind the scenes to figure out what it is and put a stop to it in regards to what the Legion is doing. And again, we have different aspects here. We have Tess Greymane, who, is an heir apparent to Gilneas, so she's also involved in the political aspect. We have Tethys, who is part of the pirate aspect of this. We have Taoshi, from the Shadowpan. We have Valera, and then we have Ravenholt, who is another, political manipulator in that regard. It's continuing to show the various different multiple aspects of the class fantasy for those who have been long-term rogue players, and I really like that. I love that they also updated Valera's model while also fixing her models. Because the funny thing is, back in Legion, she would actually sit on top of the chair. She was positioned right there. Since they updated Valera's model in BFA, they also went ahead and fixed her model so she's actually sitting in the chair this time. So I just find that funny. Also, Tethys. I love Tethys, not just because he's a pirate, but he's also voiced by Gideon Emery. Gideon Emery has also voiced Lorthamar. He has voiced the male Crusader in Diablo 3, and he has voiced Fenris in Dragon Age 2. I'm a big fan of Gideon Emery, if it's not obvious. Lord Ravenholt.
You have my ear.
Your reputation precedes you, Papaneeks. Apologies for the secrecy. We simply could not risk the wrong person finding us here. It's understandable to me why the Council would be this secretive about this, because the Legion is very, capable of utilizing a lot of subterfuge and secrecy and infiltration, as we are going to learn in this order hall. The Nathruzim, being shapeshifters, for example, are capable of infiltration to a surprising degree, and being able to actually like discover things, which is why the council is very much attuned to the idea of we need to be, as close to the chest about all this as we can, because we don't know if the Legion has eyes and ears everywhere, and they more likely do, so we have to be extra careful about this. You walk in the halls of the Uncrowned. We are the slayers of kings, the downfall of empires, the unseen blades that write the true history of this world. Seated before you are the Shadows, the council which aims the blades of the Uncrowned wherever our will demands. We have brought you here today with an offer. Take your seat as the final Shadow and help us lead the Uncrowned. What do you say? It also reminds me of, for those of you who have seen Batman Begins, remember how Ra's al Ghul said that the League of Shadows was the group that would help do certain things, like they were the ones who infiltrated the trade ships with plague rats, they were the ones who caused London to burn to the ground. Like the council would be the ones who would kind of like do things behind the scenes in the background for that stuff to happen. Or if you played Deus Ex Human Revolution and saw how the Illuminati was manipulating all the stuff involving the augmentations and how that was going to further their agenda as well as other things, like this is, an aspect that I think, is really awesome. I think it's a really cool concept, and it's a shame that they haven't really continued this. They didn't do so in BFA, which was a shame, and I would like to see them continue it going forward, though I don't really know how effective the Uncrowned would be in the Shadowlands. But anyways, for this, I think this was really cool.
Until next, we're offering you a seat at our table. Take it, and your questions will be answered. You have but to sit.
And of course, my character, a Worgen, gets to sit next to Tess.
Smart choice.
Hi, Valera.
We are the Shadows, leaders of the Uncrowned. We employ a variety of methods to ensure the safety of Azeroth and to secure our rightful place within it. Not the least of these methods is secrecy. As our title suggests, we prefer to stay in the shadows. But the events at the Broken Shore have forced our hand. We haven't the time for subtlety. We invite you to this table because we are confident you have the skills it takes to face this threat directly, and to prevail. Settle in. Then we can discuss the details.
Good to have a new face at the table. I was getting tired of Tethys's ugly mug. No offense, Tethys.
None taken. So long as you don't insult me face.
Wah, wah.
I have heard many tales of your accomplishments. I can't imagine half of them could be true.
It's also worth noting, you can see, like, Taoshi is, like, sitting, the way that Pandarans usually sit, with their legs crossed like that. And Tethys is standing up at attention, because he's a fleet admiral. Just kind of, it's cool seeing them sitting, like, in certain postures and such to kind of fit with their characters and their style.
The Shadows call.
Welcome to the Uncrowned Shadow Techniques. In case you're curious, yes, I did kind of name this character after Tess. I just couldn't help myself, For quite some time, we have been looking for someone who can operate outside these halls. Techniques, you are the answer to that search. You will be the blade in the dark that vanquishes our foes. In order to do so, you require weapons capable of striking down the Legion's best. Greymane, Tethys, and Valera each have devised plans to obtain weapons worthy of the task to come. I suggest you hear each out before proceeding.
All in good. Consider your choice carefully.
Give me your ear, friend. I got a plan that's guaranteed to put worthy blades in them hands.
I'm close to locating a foe we've been hunting for years. With a bit of help, we can take her out and lay claim to her daggers.
The Kingslayers are the only way to ensure the Legion's end. Hear me out.
So, I'm pretty much going to be doing all 3 of these in separate videos. We're going to be doing the Outlaw one first, so... But of course, my Worgen Rogue, of course, the first one she would give attention to is her princess.
There's a potion for everything.
I plan to acquire the cursed daggers that took down King Lane Rin. Garona hid the Kingslayers for good reason. Their power is not to be underestimated. I need your help to retrieve them. These storied blades are just what we need to destroy Gul'dan and his foul allies.
Look to the shadows.
My loyalties are my own.
After the fall of Sargeras' hound Gormaw, his dreadlords took the beast's fangs and forged them into a pair of daggers known as the Fangs of the Devourer. It is said that they still carry the monster's bite. Sargeras called upon one of his top assassins to wield the fangs, a Neridar named Akari Shadowgore. Despite our best attempts, we haven't been able to stop her.
Farewell.
Aye?
Just after the cataclysm, one of me best discovered a pair of golden cutlasses unlike any he ever seen. The moment Eliza touched them, she had a vision of herself conquering city after city, commanding a crew of lost souls. You may doubt such a grand tale, but it indeed came to pass. The dread blades have claimed countless souls, and now we're coming for him.
Take it easy.
We operate where others cannot.
I'm ready to make a decision.
Was that all?
So as I said, we're going to be going after Outlaw in this video. We'll be doing the other 2 later. The Dread Admiral Eliza is known as the Scourge of the South Seas. Many have learned to fear her cursed blades. We have tracked her anchored off the coast of Azuna in the Broken Isles. Her blades can be yours if you hurry.
What is it?
Well chosen.
All
That'd be a
according to
fine
plan.
choice. Come here. I'll share the finer details of my plan over a mug or 2.
A cheers to you.
Chat.
I'd like to offer you an accord. The Dread Admiral Eliza wields a pair of cursed blades that have made her the Scourge of the South Seas. She also stole one of my best ships, the Horizon's Edge, and has it anchored off the shore of Azuna as we speak. If you help me take back me ship, then her cursed blades are yours. Now, assuming that sounds agreeable, meet me aboard the Crimson Veil. We have our docked right in Booty Bay. Not a cheap arrangement.
Keep your sights on the spirit. I'll meet you in Booty Bay.
Alright. Hearth to Booty Bay. This has to be a change that they made. Because back in Legion, you had to manually go there yourself. They must have realized, okay, this could be an issue, especially for players who don't have flying unlocked. Like, this character is only 14, level 14, so clearly, so I don't have flying unlocked in this character. So, yeah, they were like, let's make this not as much of a chore for other players as it could be. So, I like that they went ahead and realized this could be an issue for some players and went ahead and just added some things to make it a little less frustrating. I know some people are going to have an issue with that. You know, they're making it easier, they're holding your hand and all that. You know, I'm in favor of removing frustrations. You know, not necessarily removing the grind. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about frustrations, especially in situations like this where we don't have certain things available to us that normally we would have back then. So they were like, okay, let's go ahead and change that. I've always loved the Worgen, you know, having the option to just simply run on all 4, because to me that just makes a lot of sense. We have an important business with the Admiral. Giant way out there.
Listen up. Raise a mug for the outlaw that's gonna take the Dreadblades from that blasted Eliza's cold, dead hands. Good to see you.
Yeah, he's a blood sale, by the way. Just kind of let that... Just think about that for a moment. I knew you'd come. I can promise you a safe journey to Eliza's position, but once we're there, well, we both know there'll be no guarantees. The plan is simple. We'll take the Crimson Veil as close as we can get her without being seen and disembark from there. Once we're ashore, we'll board the Horizon's Edge, bribe her mutinous crew and to hand it over, and hunt down Eliza and her legendary blades, wherever she may be. Just say the word when you're ready.
Just let me know when you're ready. Eliza won't know what's coming for her.
Set sail for Azuna.
Hoist the sails! Reel in the anchor! Ready yourselves, you salty dogs! Azuna awaits!
If I break out some Pirates of the Caribbean jokes or references, please don't be upset with me.
Let's get a move on. The Horizon's Edge be just over this ridge. You sneak past the guards and make sure the first mate sees our side of things, hmm? We'll join you after that.
Alright, sneaky, sneaky.
Good luck out there. I'll be watching for your signal.
See if I can bypass all these guys here. Oh gosh. Dreadhound. The first mate. Okay. I've got cheap shot in the ambush. What the heck? Whatever.
Swab the decks till they shine, you dirty bags of bones! The Dread Admiral demands perfection! How did you get past me crew? Useless, the lot of you!
I snuck past your crew!
An offer I can't refuse! Fall back to the temple. They can have this pile of driftwood.
The Horizon.
You guys got jumps?
Lads. Ain't she a beauty? You'll be finding Eliza in the temple ruins ahead. Keep your wits about you. Her whole crew's onto us now. We'll provide naval support as soon as we're up and running.
Alright, wish me luck. Oh gosh. Is that the direction I go? Maybe not. Maybe it's more this way. I remember doing this the first time. I got real confused and I just got discovered. Oh, I'm in trouble. Sprint. I'm a Worgen, so I have 2 sprints. Ah!
to get closer. I'm out of range. I need to target something first.
Okay. Okay. What? Oh, that's just unfair. Oh, come on. No! Ah, they're all on me. Oh, I am so dead. Yep. Yep, that was part of the issue I had. Can I sap this thing? Nope, not really.
I'm out of range.
Oh gosh.
Don't have a target. I need a target. I can't attack that target.
I will say this is something I have noticed.
I don't have a target.
Is that it seems like the aggro issues are a little different.
I need to get closer. Too far away.
Blah.
I need a target.
Ugh. It's a good thing I had some bread. What is causing that?
I'm out of range. I need to target something first.
Alright, hold on. I'm just gonna start. Boom. I'm gonna start picking these guys off instead of just sneaking by all of them. See, what is doing that? Are there traps I'm just not sensing? Or seeing? It has to be. And I'm like, how am I supposed to see that? Or notice that? How?
I need to get closer. I need a target.
They're like, we know you're there. We can smell ya. There she is.
So, you're the one who stole my ship and killed my crew.
It's too far away.
Release the giant! I have business to attend to within the
I
temple.
need to get closer. I don't have a target.
All will know the blades of dread Admiral Elijah!
By doing this without some of the other abilities you would have by the time you did this, it's a little weird. Like, I do not have Ghostly Strike. I used to, and it's just not there right now. Not until later. Thanks, Tethys. Alright, Let's go find Eliza. Of course, I'm a rogue, so I can pick the lock. Oh gosh.
I'm out of range. Too far away.
Dreadblades have claimed entire fleets. Impenetrable fortresses have gushed rivers of blood by their will. To utter their name instills fear in sailors' hearts. They know no equal. I know no equal. Turn back now and you may yet live to tell the tale.
I need a target.
Destroy them. Your blades thirst.
I'm out
It
of
will
range.
be my pleasure. I have already seen. I am the scourge of the seas, the fear in sailors' hearts. You are nothing.
I don't have a target.
Impossible.
The cursed blades are mine.
We can't hold him off forever! Get the lead out of your boots and get out of there!
So what the Dreadblades used to be able to provide was the Curse of the Dreadblades ability, which would let you use finishers more rapidly at a price. Basically, you would be able to do a ton of burst damage, but at the cost of health. It was a really, fun way to play. Now, if you were soloing, you were going to have some issues, but if you were, say, in a dungeon with a healer constantly keeping you alive as you were trying to use that ability, you would do so much damage because your healer just made you losing health a non-issue. From what I've heard, it was a really fun thing to do. I didn't get to really do it myself back in Legion because I really wasn't a rogue player, but I've heard a lot of positive things about that in terms of how fun of a playstyle that was, especially in dungeons or raids if you were having your healer keep you alive. Let's speed this up because I'm a warg and I have another sprint.
You made it out in one piece? Ah, and you have him!
I've seen
We'll
no
sail to
finer
Dalaran.
swords
It's a
in all
short
my
voyage from
days.
here. I'll meet you in the Hall of Shadows.
See you there, Tethys. So at the moment, the Dreadblades are actually an improvement for me. Which is fine. It's actually kind of, cool that the idea that the artifact weapon from Legion is actually an improvement to my weapon, at least for the moment. Look, I'm sorry. I'm just enjoying the idea that right now, doing Legion stuff almost feels as if we're back to when Legion was the current expansion. And for someone like me who loves this expansion, it was, it's just awesome in that regard. At least it feels that way. So yeah, I think these also look cool. These are just the default appearance. They've also got a couple of really cool appearances. But then again, I like the look of all 3 of the rogue weapons from Legion. Phase just for me.
I'm all ears.
You did fine work today, lass.
Keep your sights on the horizon.
You have my ear.
All has gone as planned. Your new blades are a testament to that. We will demand a great deal of you in the weeks and months to come, as we must. But we would be remiss if we failed to take a moment to celebrate a job well done. What do you say? Sure.
Hear, hear. I'd like to propose a toast. Today, this shadow secured the legendary Dreadblades, and in doing so, has enabled us to strike at the Legion directly. Join me in raising a glass, not only to our newest shadow, but to the dawn of a new era for the Uncrowned.
Hear, hear.
Well done.
Ooh, that's tasty. Something
off about this here brew.
Thud.
Vanessa?
Huh?
They say I died in the dead mines.
Vanessa Van Cleef.
It's all too simple to mimic the effects of death when your assailants' minds are addled with neurotoxins. Did you know that I was favored to become the final shadow? Yet despite their assurances, every single one of them put their lot in with you instead. It's a pity, really. Duroc did so much for me. He won't be happy when he comes to and finds you dead.
All right, Vanessa, let's go.
It's nothing personal. This is purely business. Come on. Show me the legendary fighter I've heard so much about.
Come on, try and keep up. Come on. Oh, your buff ran out. Oh.
I've worked too hard to be under. Stop! No more!
Oh, my head. Valera, you okay?
Van Cleef, the Uncrowned still have a use for you. You have a choice. Live and serve as our newest Shadow's agent, or die where you stand.
Take your pick.
Shockingly, I'd prefer to live.
Then it's settled. Congratulations. Van Cleef is one of our best, as you've seen firsthand. I trust you'll be true to your word, Vanessa. I'd hate to imagine your father being disappointed in you.
Perhaps the others were right.
So she gets to be our first bodyguard. She gets to work for me now. It's nice.
We operate where others cannot.
It seems you struck a nerve. If I might impart some advice to aid you on the trials and tribulations ahead, do not hesitate to use the many resources of the Uncrowned to aid your efforts. There is a communal board in the tavern beyond this chamber, where we organize the efforts of our underlings. Seek out Nikki by the board. She can show you the ropes. So Vanessa is another example of one of the different specialties and aspects of the class I was referring to. I believe she is an example of the classic combat assassination rogue. I know that sounds strange, but, you know, she kind of harkens back to that classic play style. So she's just another example of one of the many different aspects and specialties of the class fantasy of the rogue. You know, which is one of the reasons why, you know, I think the the Rogue Order Hall and the class, and how they did things here was very cool and appealing. Now, before we go talk to Nikki over here, there's one person I want to show off here and talk about in a moment. You know, right here. Oh, he doesn't say it? It must be some kind of bug or something. Hold on a second. Hold on. Let me go ahead and turn this in first, and then we'll see if it can work.
Hey, how you doing? Hurry back.
Okay.
What's up?
Okay. Okay, it's not working. So he's supposed to say something like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa. Is that the newest shadow walking into my vault?" So let me talk about this, because this is pretty great. This is Marin Nogenfogger. As you can see, his title is the Baron of Gadgetzan. However, that may be his current title, but here's something cool about this. Nogenfogger was in Vanilla, in Cataclysm, and of course here in Legion. So back in Vanilla, he was a random goblin that gave you a questline to get a Nogenfogger recipe for a potion. Here's the thing, from what I understand. A lot of people did that quest chain back in Vanilla. You know, a lot of them did it, and they bought the potion, which I believe was supposed to, like, change your appearance, something like that. A lot of players did that back then. So the devs ran with that, and so when they made the world changes in Cataclysm, he now at that point was so absurdly stupid rich from all the potions and that he sold because of the players buying them. He became like a mogul baron, just as like a billionaire, like to the point where he was able to purchase and own Gadgetzan. And it was just kind of like one of those nods that because of what players did, the devs decided to just kind of, like, well, what if he just made absurd amounts of money because of the amount of players in the game that, paid him money to get that potion. And so here in Legion, he is one of the last aspects of the Rogue, which is like the financial backer guy. He's the money guy. And, he's literally sitting on piles of gold. I love the idea that he literally bought his way into the Council of the Uncrowned, basically by being the guy who's going to be the big financial supporter for the Uncrowned to help provide them with lots of different resources. Because having a huge amount of financial backing like this, like all this money he has, allows the Uncrowned to do many different things that they otherwise would not be able to do if they didn't have the money to back them up. It's just such a wonderful little, nod here. I just love that the devs decided to roll with this and just kind of play up this aspect here. It's really great. I love it. So here is where we get to modify our weapons. So this is the default appearance for the Dread Blades. This is the upgrade appearance. I like that appearance. The yellow and black there. Oh, really like that. Really cool looking stuff. I love the ore around it. This is the Balance of Power appearance. I would like to get this at some point. And here is the PvP appearance, kind of like making them now curved the other direction. So let's now go back over here.
The shadows call.
The Uncrowned work behind the scenes, pulling strings here, snapping others there. It's a matter of making the right choices at the right time in the most elegant manner possible. We have all decided that you need to recruit some shadows to send out on our most important missions. People that you can trust, or at least that you can trust to get the job done. Might I suggest that you start with Garona and Vanessa? It should prove interesting, if nothing else, considering recent events. We still have plans prepared to obtain other weapons of incredible power, tools that you may find useful to have on hand as you continue your work. I would be happy to go over the remaining options with you, so that you may make an informed decision.
Was that all?
As I said, we'll be doing the other two in separate videos. So, Garona is here. Pretend, she would have been here after we had done the assassination one. That's why that chair was open, because she was out, and we go and find her during the assassination quest, which I will show later, and that's why she would then be here.
I serve no one.
As long as there is a challenge to the kill, I'm game for whatever little missions you have in mind.
Good choice. Just don't call me champion. Ever.
Vanessa?
Words are petty.
After all that, you want me as your champion? Fine. But I do things my way. Agreed? She gives you a final look, and then walks off.
Yeah,
Right.
what do you want? If you ever need anything...
So just to kind of help play this up, so down here, like I said, she's actually the first of the bodyguards that you can get. Garona provides an actual ability where she will occasionally come to aid you in combat, hurling a poison bile beneath your enemies' feet and dealing great damage. I always enjoyed just having the bodyguard just at my side the whole time. It was just something I really enjoyed. So, anyways, that is the beginning of the Rogue Order Hall and the quest to obtain the Dreadblades for the Outlaw Rogue. Like I said, when we return to this character, we will be taking a look at the quest to obtain the weapons for subtlety and assassination. Stay tuned.